Global War 36 enthusiast here with Operation Octopussy, turn 10.7, Italy. It is January 1941. Italy has one tech roll. I tried for radar at a 7 or higher. PB generated an 8, so I succeeded and I advanced to stage 3, wearing my Boston Bruce colors. Purchases. I have 20 to spend with Italy because I got convoy rated for 1. I ended the turn with 17 last turn, but I illegally tried to upgrade 2 different militia, so I wasn't able to do those. That's why I had 21, and I lost 1, so 20. 1 militia for 2, 2 infantry for 6, that's 8, and 3 anti-aircraft artillery for 12, that's 20. Combat movement. In C-Zone M8, 1 coastal sub is going to move up to C-Zone M9. I've already got the seaplane there in M9 from last turn. And then from Lower Egypt, I'm going to have, that's not on camera, I'm going to have the 2 fighters and the medium bomber come up. They'll have movement of, what will they have? 3 for the medium armor, or medium bomber, and 2 for the fighters. I'm not going to put the dice out because I'm going to fly back the fighters to Tobruk and the medium bomber to Lower Egypt, so they have plenty of range to make that. Yeah, I think that's it. Now, down here in Sudan, I'll have 1 infantry move into Belgian Congo, and I'm going to fly my tactical bomber from Abyssinia. My tactical bomber is going to fly back to Lower Egypt. So let's count out. I've got 5 because I'm starting at an air base. 1 to Sudan, 2 to Belgian Congo, 3 to Sudan, 4 to Western Egypt, 5 to Lower Egypt. So that guy will land in Lower Egypt. Let's do some combat. Oh, I forgot to announce one more thing, which is this coastal sub in M8. That guy right there is going to convoy raid. And also, Hambone brings up a good point. I should really focus on terrain since I zoom in on the dice. If I'm doing any combat into terrain, I should focus on that. This battle isn't going to matter in Belgian Congo because its infantry is not affected by terrain. Oh, it is going to matter, and I'm so glad I zoomed in because I didn't see the river there, but this is good. Thank you, Hambone, for telling me to focus on the terrain, because when I zoom in here, you can see there's a river there. So I would have made a mistake there, and it's good for me to kind of point out to the viewers what the terrain was, because not all my viewers are as on top of it as, I think it was Wes who caught my error last turn when I didn't point out with Germany that I was attacking in Slovakia. What else did I want to say? I also want to say just about this turn. It took me about 24 hours to get this turn out, and I want to salute Hambone because I am a coward, and he encouraged me to be more gutsy. So I really appreciate having him on my team. He's a really good player, and any successes I'm having are really attributable to him. Let's do that convoy raid. This is hopeless. I've got, what I've got is a D12, which is the shot that Boston Bruce gets to kill my sub. I've got 1 at 6, or I'm sorry, 1 at 6, yeah, 1 D6, a red for the coastal sub, and then 1 D6, the white for the Boston Bruce is a +3. So this is kind of hopeless. Okay, so he missed. I get a +1, he gets a +3. So actually we were even there. I don't do any damage, but at least I did try to damage Boston Bruce, and that is going to affect his income for this turn. Okay. Next is the M8 battle, where I've got a coastal sub first strike. I don't have first strike because he's not. Never mind. I've got a coastal sub at 2 in M9. This is my sub and a seaplane, but seaplane doesn't help. 2 fighters and a medium bomber versus 2 destroyers. So I've got 2 fighters at 6. Oh God, and 1 medium bomber to 7. Miss. Oh my God, this is horrible. Hopefully he'll miss and we'll get a start a second round flat. I could lose the seaplane, worst case scenario. Okay, so we'll try this attack all over again. Coastal sub at 2, miss. Then I've got the 2 fighters at 6. At least get 1 hit this time. Goodness gracious. 1 at 7 with the medium bomber. Okay, I did get 1 hit. He's got the 2 destroyers at 4. Okay, miss. Whew, that was good. 2 at 6 with my fighters. Goodness. Okay, one hit, I think, out of 6. And 1 destroyer at 4. I hope that's satisfactory. It is. It's a little bit cocked. I'm gonna re-roll it. 1 hit. Okay. I lose the coastal sub. All right. Then I've got the battle in Belgian Congo. I have 1 shot at 1, not 1 shot at 2. 1 shot at 1 because of the river on the first round. Miss. And then 1 shot at 7 with the tactical hit. And he's got 1 shot at 2 because he's a militia. Miss. All right. So non-combat movement. I'm going to put a little convoy rating marker next to this guy, even though it was a miss, just to indicate that there was convoy rating. Okay, let's do northern Italy. We got some non-combat movement in Italy and Rome. So from northern Italy, 1 infantry and 1 anti-aircraft artillery will move down into Rome. All right. From southern Italy, 1 militia strategic rails up to Rome. From M9, that seaplane is going to come off map and fly back to Lower Egypt. These are really cool that HBG sells these little map markers and you can take them off your flight stands. I got flight stands for this game. Oh my God, I'm not going back. They are awesome. Let me just evangelize about how cool flight stands are. First of all, it's so cool. It's just so cool to have these air units suspended up in the air, the aircraft flying around. But also, it's really nice as functionally because the footprint of that air unit is much smaller. Before, when I wasn't using them, my aircraft units were taking up a lot of space. So I really like this. This medium bomber will fly back, and then the 2 fighters, like I said, will fly back to Tobruk. Okay. Oh, I destroyed those 2 destroyers. Alrighty. And then I'm going to have this naval transport that's down here on the south end of Lower Egypt will leave port to I-5, and then move into M8, that's 1, M9, 2, pick these 2 guys up and come back to M8, that's 3, drop off the infantry in Tobruk and the Marines in Lower Egypt, and then go in port here with the battleship and the 2 heavy cruisers on the northern side of Lower Egypt. From Upper Egypt, there's some Marines right there. He's going to move 1 step up. So I have 4 Marines right now in Lower Egypt. From Western Egypt, there are 2 infantry sitting there, and they will move over to Tobruk. And from Lower Egypt, another infantry will strategic rail to Tobruk. So I've got 4 infantry there. Alrighty. I think. No, I've got one more move. In M8, there is a Italian naval transport that has the Deutsche Afrika Korps infantry on it. He's gonna go through the Suez and into port in the southern part of Lower Egypt with that Deutsche Afrika Korps still on board. It's an interesting thing that I can't unload the German guy into Lower Egypt until next turn. If it was an Italian guy, then I could unload him right there, but I can't because he's a German guy on an Italian naval transport. So I have to wait until next turn to possibly unload him. In I4, one submarine goes 1-2 into M8. Okay. All right. I think. Oh, I should. This battle, I killed the militia and I did capture it. That was a ham bone aggressive suggestion. And if Italy goes up 1 and Britain's going to go down 1, I'm also going to move that tactical bomber. It landed there in Lower Egypt with the seaplane and the medium bomber. All right, let's make a change to the production chart. So Italy goes up to 14 and Great Britain goes down to 22. Interestingly, this is an unusual turn where Italy had 20 IPPs to spend and Great Britain had 20 IPPs to spend. It's not going to be like that the rest of the game. All right, let's just check and see if I did everything I wanted to do. I think those are all my moves. So let's do placement of units. Up there in northern Italy, all 6 units will get placed. So that's 1 militia, 2 infantry, 3 anti-aircraft artillery. All right, collect income. I have 14 IPP plus 2 for the Suez. So Italy will start next, well, Italy will collect 16 of us. I don't think I'll start, oh yeah, no, I might start next turn with, I think I will because that convoy line is shut down, so I can't be convoy rated. Disposition of forces. In northern Italy, I'll talk about the Italians without specifying nationality, but if it's a non-Italian, then I'll tell you what nationality it is. 1 militia, 2 infantry, 2 mountain, 1 German mountain, 3 anti-aircraft artillery, 2 German fighters. In Rome, 5 militia, 3 infantry, 1 anti-aircraft artillery in a fortification. I want to make a move. This sub I want to move over from M4 to M8. Let's get this on camera. In C-Zone M8, I have, where's my name? 1 light cruiser, 4 destroyers, 1 sub, 2 coastal subs, 1 Japanese sub. In Tobruk, I have 1 militia, 4 infantry, 2 fighters, and a fortification. In Lower Egypt, you know what? I'm going to move 1 infantry out of Lower Egypt into Western Egypt. So let me get out that. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. In Lower Egypt, I have 1 infantry, 4 Marines, 1 motorized infantry, 1 Deutsche Afrika, or 3 Deutsche Afrika Korps motorized infantry, 1 Deutsche Afrika Korps artillery. In the northern part of Lower Egypt, in port, I have a battleship, 2 heavy cruisers, and a naval transport. In the southern part of Lower Egypt, in port, I have a naval transport with a Deutsche Afrika Korps infantry. Also in Lower Egypt, I have these 3 aircraft, which is a seaplane, a tactical bomber, and a medium bomber. In Abyssinia, I have the 2 militia that I can't upgrade. And I've got in Belgian Congo, I've got an Italian infantry, and in Portuguese East Africa, there's a militia, and there also is a Japanese tactical bomber. Okay, next up is Panzer J with 10.8 KMT and 10.9 USA.